Hello, thank you so much for joining us today on Music Marvels with Achickwitbeatz and Breezy Gipson. We're excited to have you with us and do what we do every week. We got another great show lined up for you, and I'm just so excited about it as always.
Yeah, coming around the block one more time. It's all great, and I'm excited myself. And so, we're in rare air. So, I'm not letting my mojo slide down a bit at all. So I'm happy to be here.
That's what's up. Same here. So today we have an interview with Quiet Money out of Detroit coming up. Then we have music industry news after that. And then you want to catch our hot topic of the week. So, a little bit of a switch up, a little small change up to the lineup, but I'm thrilled to do it.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Thank you so much for tuning in to Music Marvels with Achickwitbeatz and Breezy Gipson. We're excited to say that we have Quiet Money on the line with us. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Glad to be here.
Good. We're really glad to have you. And so if you could, just give us a little bit of background. Who is Quiet Money?
Quiet Money is originally from Detroit, Michigan. From the Tireman, Beechwood area, Number Street area, Warren area, like that. Just a local rapper from Detroit, trying to get out there.
All right.
Trying to definitely bring the real rap back. Not saying that the rap right now is not real, but I just miss the street feeling. You know what I'm saying? The hip hop. So I'm definitely trying to bring that back.
Yeah, that golden era.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So if you could, maybe just let us know, like, when was that moment for you when you realized that music had to be a part of your life?
Probably, I have to say around, I got to go way back to the box. When I used to wait for it to come to box on the cable. So I got to go back. I'd probably say around about like 93.
Okay.
When I physically like really wanted to actually do it. So I've been, I've been like tuned in since 93.
That's what's up. So I know Breezy's got a question for you, but before I let him ask it, could you explain what music was like for you at that time? So, that's when it hit you, but like deep down, was it a specific artist, song, album that just kind of, drove it home for you?
Yeah, it was like the, man, there's so many of them. Actually, I gotta say, like, as far as I go back way like with the women artists, you know what I'm saying? I was listening and watching like Queen Latifah, MC Light. They was super dope just as a dude. So it was like, as far as like the real major artists, I gotta say, like when I was watching like Nas and AZ. So when I seen them people, I'm like, damn, how they putting these words together like that? They would sound like robots to me, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. I'm like, I want to spit like that. So I used to put the little tissue in the tapes, pour it over them. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't my rhymes, it was their rhymes. I just try to memorize their rhymes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was reciting their rhymes and I just started throwing my own little stuff up here. I'm like, damn. So it just took off from there.
Just kind of following the blueprint, huh?
Yeah, getting on everybody's nerves, rapping a bunch of nothing. You know how it is.
That's what's up. Breeze?
Yeah, well, being from a hood an area that is so rich in tradition, music, that our parents and our grandparents and everything, they were all tied in because in our country, there was a lot of other areas that were not established at that time, and everybody could relate to Michigan. The Motown, the greatness and the goodness of the area. Okay, and back then, New York was around, but not like the D-town. Okay, so. How does that make you feel as you fast forward to today? Who you're representing. Hey, other neighborhoods may have come on up, across the country and whatever, but the D-town, hey, this is part of the originators. Okay, so how does that make you feel?
Like, man, it make me feel like I got the weight on my shoulders for real. I got the weight on my shoulders, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I like what everybody doing in Detroit, but I still think we missing that piece, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Like, because we have like, there's no really like super like MCs that's in the mainstream right now as far as Big Sean, and I like what he doing, but it's still not that grit that everybody need, missing that piece from Detroit and like the different craft that we got. So I think it kind of put me under pressure a little bit. It put me under a lot of pressure, so that definitely put me under a lot of pressure. So
well, okay, you might feel the pressure, but see, I feel the goodness. Okay, so see, with me, I'm down in ATL, so you're mentioning D-town. Michigan was to me the door. Instead of that door being closed and, trying to hit the doorknob and open the door. See, to me, the door's already open. See, it's cracked open. Okay. And so, so I feel like, you've got an advantage just with that.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, you're right.
yes.
You're right. You're right.
Mhm.
You're right. It make me. I definitely feel. I don't want it to get a mix and screw about the pressure, but I definitely feel a little comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Because the door is open to Detroit, and there's light shining down here for sure. You know what I'm saying? You got people like Icewear Vezo. You got I want to say Peasy. You got some great people doing their thing down here for Detroit, like for real. Like, so it definitely make me feel real good to be a part of it, especially me just stepping into the game. I feel real good about it, and I'm with my city 100%.
Hey,
110%. I love my city for real. I moved from Florida. I moved to Florida a while back, a year ago. And I said, I'd never move again. And I know you're supposed to move around and stuff, but I'm talking about like far as like living somewhere just permanently, I'd never leave Detroit.
But when you find home, you find home. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that feeling down here, like for real.
Yeah, that's what's up. Detroit versus everybody, right?
Yeah, exactly. You see the t-shirt, you already know we can go. You already know. Yeah. Detroit versus everybody. That's how it is.
Right. But, I do want to say that I found it really interesting that you had mentioned, like, as far as mainstream, you're right. So, like, I know, the artists that you mentioned and some others, but, I'm in Michigan, so that could be part of the reason why. And so, with you trying to bring the classic vibe of hip hop to the mainstream, what do you see that looking like? Like, once you break through and everybody can see, like, okay, Detroit still got that grit thing.
You get me excited. I see you take a picture for me. I'm like, I know, just by me, my faith with God is like so crazy and amazing what I've been through and stuff. And so I know for sure that the movement, the Quiet Money movement, Grism Vision, everything we doing and stuff like that I know for sure we coming. I definitely know for sure we coming, like for real. And it's making me, I'm very anxious. Like I'm anxious with, like right now I'm making clothes right now. Cause like the brand, like I said, the brand that we building and everything, like my whole family behind it, everything is behind it. It's not just all me, it's everybody. So, and I really see a lane for me because what I'm bringing is like, it's totally different. I'm not sounding like nobody. And like I say, I'm not a youngster. I'm 36 years old. I've been rapping like this same style since I was a kid. So I just stuck to it. And I think it's about time. And so I think it's definitely time for it.
Absolutely. Because like you said, it is kind of missing on the mainstream level.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's really, I'm excited because, growing up with that golden hip hop era and knowing that grit that you're talking about, like, yeah, that is something that we don't see as often as we should. So, you mentioned your brand. That's one of our favorite words around here. But as an independent artist, what's the most valuable thing you've learned so far in your music career?
Everybody not your friend. That's one of the main things that I paid attention to. Not in a bad way, because I'm not an emotional cat where you didn't do what I wanted you to do and I'm going to be upset with you. I just be like, okay, I know you got to categorize people. I know to come to you for this. I know to come to you for this. I know not to trust you with this. You know what I'm saying? You just got to put people where they're supposed to be on the board.
Right.
And so that's what I'm on.
Right.
One thing I do want to do is to keep my universe, you know what I'm saying, as positive and as much as to build relationships more than destroy them and just walk away just because at that moment a person not doing what you want to do, so that's where I'm at with it.
That's excellent. Don't you agree, Breezy?
Oh yeah, I sure do. And I'm really feeling what it is that you're talking about. And so my hat's off to you for that. So now, as this virus has been progressing, okay, can you share with our listeners just what that has meant to you, as much as altering your procedures or things like that, or has it altered your procedures?
This virus, first of all, I wanted to make sure everybody know it's serious. People dying from this, like for real. Like I lost people to COVID, and I know others lost a lot of people too. So this virus is serious. My main thing is to stay at home and don't be selfish about people's life and your life. Like me, like I got diabetics in my house, in my family, like asthmatic people, and I'm not gonna go out around a bunch of people just because I want to go out. I know I got to make a decision for the whole house now instead of myself. So that's what it's all about. And I think everybody needs to quit being selfish and just stay at home as much as possible. Because like I say, that's what it's all about, just staying in. And it altered my life a lot, but I'm a homebody myself already, and I be trying to feed my mind with certain things, which I knew this stuff was already going to come to us, because I'm like, they've been putting movies out about this stuff for people to pay attention for the last 10 years. So they got the movie like with Mark Wahlberg about the viruses, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of this stuff, like my family, my mom and them, everybody is like real in tune with the earth. So my grandmother been saving waters and canned goods, and she wrap her phones up with aluminum. They don't have microwaves in their home, and like, so they like, everything is like, I pretty much knew was a lot of stuff was about to go on. So it altered it, but not too much.
Okay, any procedural alterations when it comes to laying down your music or anything like that?
As far as what?
Well, you know, recording and so forth. Do you have your specific procedures that you go through? Have any of them changed? Or, you know, some folks were in the mood of going out, you know, to the studios and so forth. Or so do you go out, or do you stay at home, or how do you handle that?
Well, with that, I'm glad you asked that, because I recorded at the Mix Factory 1. They're a great studio. They disinfect everything. Right now, the studio session is gapped out. I think it's an hour. I want to say an hour. You can't book nothing. Like we usually could book like 5 o'clock, and you could book at 6. So I think it's 2 hours, I want to say. And everything is disinfected, and you call ahead. But no, nothing really. I mean, as far as, like I said, the disinfecting and things like that. But when I record, I always have my own space and my own session. I don't have nobody in my session ever. I never did that, because it's personal to my music. So
okay. Hey, that's a good thing, you know. That's a good thing.
Yeah. A lot of people like to have a studio crowded and bring everybody.
Yeah, they look. And that's like, first of all, to me, it's like I'm using my own money. So when I book 2 hours, I'm trying to do 10 songs. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now, okay, share with our listeners your songwriting routine. Does it happen instantly, or does it happen over a period of time? Or what's that like?
The recipe, you tried the recipe, huh?
Well, I mean, just, you know, hey, don't give away your secrets now.
No, I know exactly what you mean. I mean, my songwriting come from, first I like to start off with something, you know what I'm saying, something I've been through.
Okay.
So I start off with something I've been through, and I'm the type, I ain't gonna lie, my wife cuts me out to this day. I got stuff everywhere, man. I write on cardboard, like, no matter, somebody could be like, oh, Quiet, you sweet, you cold, man. I'm telling you, can spit with the greats. I'd be like, I'm never good enough for myself. So I'm always practicing. I'm still that cat riding around with that little notepad. When something come in my head, I'm writing it down. And that's how my songs come from. So I might write down 2 bars. And when I get home, I got them 2 bars, and I'm gonna go to the rest and figure the rest out.
Yes, sir.
I got you. Yeah. So, you say that you use your experiences, but is there something that you do specifically for inspiration to kind of help translate your experiences into those bars?
I think about my homie that's not here. So, you know what I'm saying? I think about him, and it's like a whole nother spirit inside of me. You know what I'm saying? So I know what he want me to do. So, and I got a lot to prove, not to the world, to my family. So I just make sure I keep them in my head and make sure it's just be like, okay, I'm writing this. You know what I'm saying? We got to make it. So I keep them in my head and you know what I'm saying, my family, and like I say, my homie that's gone. And that's where I go from there.
So, okay. You got your lyrics all over the place, cardboard and everywhere else that you mentioned. Obviously, you got some stuff that's in the works. Could you give us a little bit of information about your next project that you're working on and when we could expect that?
Yes, the next project, right now I got out, it's been out for a minute. Right now I got out Destroy and Rebuild. It's on all platforms. Destroy and Rebuild, strictly for the streets, volume 1. 17 tracks on there. All fire on there. But this next project, that's Destroy and Rebuild, is a mixtape. And I want to let them, even like the people around me, the young cats around me, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to show them that I want them to see it's going to be a difference between a mixtape and an album. You know, because everybody be like, okay, they drop mixtapes and it sound like an album. They do albums that sound like mixtapes. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Noticing that. But my next project is called Principles Over Status. Y'all could be looking for that. I want to say sometime around end of March, the middle of April. We don't got an exact date right now. But it's called Principles Over Static. It's going to be 11 tracks on there. The whole project is produced by Achickwitbeatz Creative Notes. DJ DDT, Travis Slang, and my guy J Quest. Principles Over Static is going to be about, you know what's going on right now. Everybody thinks status is important. You know what I'm saying? They forgot about all the principles. They only care about the watches, the cars. They crossing family. It's nothing. There's no loyalty no more. So that's what this track, but that's what this album is really it's gonna really hit home for a lot of people.
I'm not even kidding or exaggerating, but yeah, I got chills when you had mentioned the title. I'm like, oh, that's heavy.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear it.
And that's the feeling I like to have. Even when I do my own music, I like that get the chills music. Like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Make the hair on the back of your neck stand up.
Yeah.
So that's what I be wanting. That's what I be wanting when I craft and write some music or something or anything I do.
That's what's up, because I firmly believe that's how hip hop is supposed to make you feel.
Yeah. I know I'm stuck. I still listen. I listen to the new people, but I'm like, I still listen to Do or Die, AZ. Right now I'm listening to, I've been getting up on, my brother and them just put me up on Griselda and them about a couple months ago. I ain't gonna lie. Them cats is fire.
Yeah.
I be listening to Babyface Ray, right out of Detroit. Who else I listen to? Who else I'm listening to now? Blanco. Named Blanco down here too. He just like rushing this. I be like super underground with it.
That's what's up. Indie's where it's at.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know Breezy's got another tidbit comment for you, but before we get into that, could you let everyone know where they can follow you, your social media handles, where they can check out your music and all that good stuff?
You can follow me on Facebook. You can follow me at Quiet Money. That's with 2 Y's. You can follow me on the Instagram. It's Money Quiet with 2 Y's. And also website will be coming soon. It'll be quietmoney.com. That should be up within the next week. That's the 2 platforms you can find me on. Okay.
Excellent, Breeze.
So when you dig way back from the way back all the way up to the now, if you had a short list, 6, 7 people, maybe 10, of people who have helped you along your journey, going way back to the beginning, like a little short time shout out list, who would be on that list of folks that you could reach back to and say, hey, you know, they maybe they don't know, but way back when this or that was happening and they helped me, and just want to give a shout out to, or even those right now
in my life period, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, that's a deep question. Hey Breeze, I can tell by your voice you coming. Anytime I hear your voice, I know you coming with one of them questions.
Well, no. Well, see, that's for the listeners. That's for the listeners, you know, so they get.
I like that. I like that because that make me think, keep me sharp. Man, that's deep. Man,
and we know, and before you do that, we know that you can't get everybody, you know, because and if somebody's name is not called, don't be salty.
Yeah, because I'm like that. Man, you know, first, if I have to dig way back, I gotta say my mom first.
Okay.
I have to put her number one. You know what I'm saying? I have to put my mom first. I have to put my brother Doc. You know what I'm saying? My man Nitty, rest in peace him. My man, my guy Beef. I have to say, a guy, my guys from the hood, it's a guy named Casso. Back in the day, they used to do this thing. They had a record company called Gangsta Boogie. So he definitely was a big influence, because I used to go to their studio when I was young, where I didn't know what I was writing. I just was saying a bunch of words that sound fresh. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no content or nothing behind it. So I have to say him. Like I say, Casso. I have to say my pops. My pops for sure.
Okay, that's 6. So you got 4 more.
That's deep. That's deep. I want to say my man. It's my guy from the hood. His name Bird. I gotta say him too, because we all used to spit. Everybody was, you know what I'm saying? We always was inspiring each other. Vern. Cause I'm going way back.
Okay, but see, now that comes up to the now though also. So you got 2 slots left.
Yeah. Now I have to say, you already know I have to say my man Grism. I gotta go back now. My man Grism. I can't, because you know what I'm saying, my man Grism really would like you say right now though, because he just really pushed me, because I really started going full throttle like a year ago when I said I'm done with the streets, I'm done with everything. As long as I got enough money to pay my bills legitimately, you know what I'm saying, that's all I'm worried about. I'm putting everything into the music. So gotta say my man Grism and DJ DDT.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, that's the top 10. But you know, if anybody didn't get put on, don't be offended, because this was a spur of the moment question. So yeah,
and you set me up, so I'm just gonna go by that.
That's royal right there. That's really royal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I gotta shout my queen T out. If it wasn't for her, I won't be where I'm at, for real. So shout out my baby T. She already know what time it is. For real. My backbone. They talk about the me and the backbone. That's my backbone.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right. We really appreciate you coming on the show. I mean, it's been a great time, and we hope that we get to have you back sometime soon.
Oh yeah, for sure. I appreciate y'all. This is my first interview actually,
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, people were saying like, let's do this podcast, pull up, and I just wasn't feeling it. And Grissom reached out, and it was like that. I'm like, you know what, I'm with it. And I looked at your page, did my little stalking and seeing who was you and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Let's do it. So I appreciate y'all for real.
That's what's up. We got the exclusive.
Yeah, we appreciate you, man. Because you're in there getting your hands wet and stuff with the music, and shooting ideas and receiving ideas and all of that. So you're on the front line. So that's
for sure.
You're getting to share your views with the people.
Exactly, and I definitely appreciate the love, no doubt.
That's what's up. All right. Well, thanks again, and we'll see you soon.
Okay, appreciate it. Principles Over Status. Make sure y'all go check that out.
All right. What a good time. I really, really, really enjoyed having Quiet Money on the show. I appreciated him sharing his story with us. I mean, it was just rich, and it was kind of great to just vibe with his energy.
It's awesome to just sit back, and chop it up with somebody that's got a lot of great ideas like that, and see it, smooth out that way. So yeah, that was good. That was a good.
Yes. And shout out to you for the wonderful, intriguing, thought-provoking questions too. You're always so good with that.
No, man, we all in here together, so we got to stir it up the best way we know how to stir it up. So yeah,
yes.
Shouts out to you though, because you're the one that you're the straw that stirs everything up. So hey, shout out to you.
Oh, thank you so much. All right, we're gonna dip into some more beats by yours truly, and then we'll be back with music news after this. right, it's that time for music industry news. You know, it's kind of interesting, some of the things that are happening. One of the big things is, you know, all these music festivals are looking at new dates because, of course, the pandemic's kind of thrown things off. So South by Southwest is moving online this year, and they just announced their artist rosters, what they call in the first wave. So that'll be kind of interesting to see how that takes place. You know, if you're planning on attending, let us know. Shout us out on social media. Like, oh yeah, I'm going. I'm definitely in there. And then another thing that's also happening is Pitchfork is looking at September for the Chicago Festival. So we'll see how that pans out. Hopefully, you know, I know everybody else is probably feeling the same way. This has been a long few months, and hopefully things will be better by then so we can start getting out a little more often to these concerts and shows.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, you know, and but looking down the road, you know, as far as today is concerned, you know, still keep your wits about yourself, and you know, when you want to go see music or whatever, you know, first thing you want to look at, you know, is it inside or outside? Okay, so you want to, the ones that are outside are a bit more safer, but even then, you know, you gotta stay in the right place, you know, so not you know, rubbing elbows with everybody. So hey, you know, we gotta give tips the best we can on how to be out there enjoying music but still be safe at the same time, so you don't carry something home with you.
Yes.
So stay aware.
Yes, well said. All right, also in music industry headlines is Hypnosis again. This is the song fun that we've been talking about week after week after week, because they're just buying up music rights left and right. So we've heard that they've, you know, got rights from Fleetwood Mac and, you know, a lot of these other greats who are especially having things or songs, music that's trending right now on like TikTok and some of these other places. So in order for them to be able to profit off of that, they're purchasing the rights to those songs. So that way when it's streamed or, you know, playing on TV, they'll be able to get money for it. And so this is what's been happening. You know, we've been letting you know what's been going on. So now what they're doing, and by the way, they just purchased 100% of Bob Rock's producer rights, and he's from Metallica. So that includes like all the hot music and stuff that Metallica is known for. Now Hypnosis is getting a chunk of that. And so now what they're doing is, if they haven't already purchased, you know, almost everything under the sun, they're selling stock shares to raise more money to be able to buy even more music. So I get the feeling that they're going to be in the headlines for quite some time to come.
You know, money moves as money moves.
That's right. All right. And, you know, before we dip out, another headline is Warner Music Group had to fire an A&R executive, Scott McLaughlin. He used to be Lord's manager, after some sexual harassment incidents in Australia and New Zealand, which he has apologized for. He hasn't denied them, but yeah, you know, sexual harassment is kind of rampant in the music industry, so it's a little bit of some disturbing news to hear, but at least they got him out of that position.
You know, I had to sit back and watch that. You know, I don't have a smile on my face about that. You know, it's a lot of things that take place behind the scenes, and you know, we all have to get and stay sharp so that, you know, when something inappropriate is happening and we get to see it and you know, share it with someone. Don't just button your lip and keep on like something inappropriate's not happening. So, you know, when you speak your mind about what you see or hear, in the long run, you know, it's going to open up some help for somebody. And don't allow, if you know somebody is getting taken advantage of one way or the other, and if it's in a tragic way, then step up and help that situation. Don't just turn your head and look the other way.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to get back to some more music, and then we'll be back with our hot topic of the week after that. right, and we are back. Now it's time for our hot topic of the week, which was kind of brought on by that last headline that we just shared. But separating the art from the artist, is that something that we should be doing in the music industry? Is that something, that we kind of need to pay more attention to who we choose to support? Buy albums, merch, tickets from, stream on all these services. It's a lot of stuff going on to where, maybe we should just look at the art separately from the artist, or are we helping to enable that artist to keep doing the harmful behavior? So, last headline, just in case you missed it, Warner had to let go an A&R executive for sexual harassment in, 2 different places. And, he admitted it, so it's not even like, a wrongfully accused type thing. But, if you were on Twitter last weekend, you noticed that the Rick Ross story started circulating again, to where he chose a less talented artist because he was attracted to her over someone else who, actually had a bit more skill in regards of singing. So, this was an old clip from something that happened back in, I think, 2018, somewhere around there. But it just started to resurface again last weekend. And, once that started to resurface, people kind of started taking a look back at some of Rick Ross's history. So, there was the Breakfast Club interview that he had, to where he was explaining why he didn't have a female artist on his roster. And that was because if he spent that kind of money on getting her ready, hair, clothing, and all that, he felt like he would have to sleep with her. And so, that caught a little bit of pushback just for a short time, but then, kind of left everyone's minds. But that kind of resurfaced again after this other clip of him choosing somebody he was attracted to over somebody who may have actually deserved the position. Then, so once that was actually circulating as well, the lyrics to the Rocco song, You Don't Even Know, his direct line, which was removed later, but put Molly all in her champagne, she didn't even know it. Took her home and enjoyed that, and she didn't even know it. So while he thought that it was probably something that sounded clever, he was actually describing date rape in the song, and people still just kind of dismiss that. I'm not saying, not trying to knock any Rick Ross fans out there, but it just brings the question, how long do you let an artist maintain their popularity without holding them accountable for harming other individuals?
Yeah, that's deep food for thought right there, or should it even be a period of time, instead of how long, so, just everybody, keep your wits about yourself, because there's sometimes scenarios that pop up that interrupt the positive flow. Okay. And when these situations pop up, if you know about it, then, hey, if that person involved is the brunt of some suffering and so forth, you got to do the best thing, and you got to speak up about it. Okay, because you never know who you could be helping, or you never know who could be behind the brunt of some inconsistencies out there that are can be damaging to that person and are damaging to that person. So we gotta love each other and back each other up in this world these days.
Absolutely. So, that's very well said. And, if you have thoughts about it, feel free to tweet us, mention us on Facebook, chime in. Do you separate the art from the artist? Do you, hold them both accountable, put it together, side by side? Just let us know, weigh in. All right. We're going to get back to some more music before we get ready to head out for the night.
Okay.
and that concludes this week's edition of Music Marvels with Achickwitbeatz and Breezy Gipson. How are you feeling?
Oh man, I'm feeling a little bit turbulent because of these turbulent times that we're flowing through. But I'm trying to keep my positivity, stay upbeat, and remain engrossed in my work and so on and so forth. So I got nothing to do but show a thumbs up. Hey, that grind can be hard, but we got to keep grinding. Keep grinding.
Absolutely, I agree wholeheartedly. And, can't wait to do this again next week in the same time, same place. So make sure that you tune in, tell a friend, and we'll see you then. Peace.
Absolutely.